Namaste. Welcome, everyone. Today is the 22nd day of St. Jude's Challenge, 30 minutes of yoga every day. And we are supporting St. Jude's Research Hospital for Children in fighting childhood cancer. So please donate if you have the means. The link is under the video. If you can also share the video or share the link to donate so others can donate too. It's a wonderful institution. They treat every child equally, regardless of their parents' ability to pay. So it's very important to support such institutions. So since it's yoga time, I'm outside. You may hear some airplanes flying over my head, and maybe dogs will be barking in my neighborhood, or some people start mowing the lawn. It is what it is. We'll do the best we can out of that. I hope you can hear me well, you can see me well. And Patsu is here with me, supporting me. Okay, so let's start with chanting Om 3 times. You can join me if that feels comfortable. Taking a nice breath, noticing how you feel. Om. 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 So today I am inviting you to play with me. We're going to play with hips, with legs a little bit. So let's start maybe with a butterfly pose or a cobbler's pose, or you bring your feet together, soles of your feet together. Notice that in this posture, it's very easy to round your lower back. See if you can lift yourself a little bit up so that you don't round your back. And if your hands don't go all the way towards your toes, then bring your hands to shins or wherever they are. And stretch your knees down towards the floor, just as far as it feels comfortable. Breathing into the areas of stretch. And you can either stay like that, or you can start moving your knees up and down, making sure that it doesn't hurt you. If it's uncomfortable, it's fine, but if it hurts, please, you can bring the legs a little bit farther, feet farther away from the body. You can stay with your knees stationary without moving them. Just do what feels good to your body, what feels good and safe. Wherever the pain starts, it shows that it's not safe to be in that place. So spending a moment in this butterfly, enjoying the movement of the hips. Good. Breathing in and out through the nose if that's possible for you. And then let it go as we move to the flower pose. Bringing your feet forward. Bringing your hands in front of the heart and then dragging them under the knee from the inside. So again, it may look different for everyone. You may be somewhere here or deeper, whatever it is, it's okay. And then one leg at the time or both feet together, lift your legs up. If you roll back, just have fun. Make sure that there is nothing behind you where you can hit your head. Okay, so bringing your feet together, okay, keeping them a little bit apart, whatever feels good. Just bringing chest forward. So again, very easy to round your back here. See if you can bring the chest a little bit forward, relaxing your face. Take it easy, don't take it too seriously. It's a flower pose, it's a fun pose. Holding it for a little bit. And remember, it's always okay to leave the posture when you feel you need to leave it. And you can either stay here or bring your hand to your foot and stretch one leg. My legs don't stretch today. Yesterday I did 108 sun salutations. It was summer solstice and International Day of Yoga. So I can feel it today, my hamstrings. Let's go for the other side. Stretching the leg. Mosquitoes here. And maybe both legs at the same time. See what happens. How can you do it? I may lose my balance. It's okay to have your knees a little bit bent. Don't have to go all the way up. Very good. I'm able to do it for a little bit. Just having fun. Just having fun here. It's important to have fun. And release, lowering the legs. Beautiful. Going back for a moment to that butterfly. And notice this butterfly at this moment is a little bit easier than it was in the beginning or not. Very good. And let's stretch the right leg out. And you can keep your foot inside of the thigh. That's the classical way to do it, sitting tall. Or if you want an extra challenge, you can bring your foot on the top of your thigh. So if that's what you need to do, what you can do, what your body does, you can do this. Staying here for a moment, sitting tall. If it hurts, if you feel pain in your knee, don't do that, okay? If you feel pain in your hips, go back a step. It's okay. Not every posture is good for everybody. Yoga is good for everybody, but not every posture is good for everybody. So don't hurt yourself. Do it as long as it feels fun and doesn't hurt. So staying here for a moment, turning your torso towards the right leg, and maybe inching your hands forward and see where they end. See what you can do not to round your back too much. Stay here for a moment and breathe. And then come back. And we'll switch sides. Stretching the left leg now. Flexing that foot. And again, the right foot can go into the inner side of the thigh. Or you can bring it on the thigh. See what happens with your knee. Can it be easily brought to the floor? Maybe you need to put a cushion underneath. So see what works. If this doesn't work, remember, this is always an option. Staying here for a moment for noticing how that feels. Sitting taller. And then inching your fingers towards your foot. Trying to keep your back straight. You know, some people will be able to grab the foot and come lower. But if it requires rounding your back a lot, stay where you are. And stretch wherever you feel it. Breathe into that stretch. Elongating the back, the spine. And then come up. Beautiful. And going back to that butterfly. And notice how the butterfly feels now. Keep breathing. And then keep that right knee bent and the left leg going up. So bringing your left foot into the crest of your elbow on the opposite side. And this left arm, if your arms are long enough and your body allows, bring it around the knee. Trying to clasp the fingers or bringing your hands together, elongating the spine. If this is not possible, then hold to your just to your thigh or to your knee to support it, so that knee can come knee in your hand, right? So this is another way to go. If you can do it this way, go this way. Again, sitting a little bit taller, you can either sit steady or you can cradle the baby, rock the baby. And as you're doing that, notice the stretches that are happening in your maybe buttocks, hip. Notice how that feels. Staying here for a moment. Breathing and opening, rocking from side to side. And then bring your middle finger and index finger and bring them around big toe and stretch that leg. Stretch that leg out. Hold it for a moment. Hold it. If this is impossible, you can just bring your hands to your lower leg or wherever it is. Stay here for a bit. Continue breathing through your nose. And let go. Now keeping the left knee bent, lifting the right leg up and bringing the foot into the crest of your opposite arm. And again, the right hand can either hold the knee or the thigh, or if possible, bring it around. And first, notice how that feels sitting tall, where this leg stretches. It may be different than on the other side, and most of the times it's different. So notice the stretch, whichever muscles you feel the stretch. So for everyone, it's an individual thing, but you may feel some stretch. The buttocks, and the upper leg muscles, hips. And roll from side to side, rocking from side to side if that doesn't cause pain. From side to side. One side, the other. Notice how the stretch changes. And then whenever ready, you can, the index finger and middle fingers are hooking around the big toe and stretching the leg out. Chest comes forward. Try not to round the back. Hold it for a moment. Mosquitoes attacking me here, but that's okay. Go away, mosquito. And release. Coming back to the butterfly. Notice how that feels now. And let's move to the turtle pose. So bringing your feet forward, separating them a little bit. Then lifting your heels. We're going to slide them out. First, let's bring the hands under the knees. Chest gets open. Again, for everyone, this will look different. The idea is to separate your feet, bring them forward and out. And some people will be able to bring their chest closer to the floor. Make sure that your back is as straight as can be without rounding. So lowering your chest, the hands are on the ground. Keep breathing. Some people like to bring their hands behind and kind of clasping their fingers behind their back. So that's another option, but that's just an option. Just a fun thing to do if your body allows. And then getting out of this posture and moving into the inclined plane. So bringing your hands behind you, pressing through your hands and lifting the hips up. Looking up. And lower your hips down. Beautiful. Now, what we are going to do is to lie down on the ground. And we'll go for single leg lift. So you may choose to keep both legs straight. Let me just rearrange myself on the mat. So both legs can be straight and you are lifting just one, or you can bend one knee. So we're going to lift the right leg first. So you can bend the left knee or keep it straight. See what works better. But both feet are flexed. Inhale, lifting the right leg up, 2, 3, 4, only to the place where you start feeling stretch and the knee wants to bend. And exhale, 2, 3, 4. Same leg, inhale, up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, down, 2, 3, 4. If that knee bends pretty quickly, you may want to bend the left knee and try now. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale down, 2, 3, 4. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. Exhale down, 2, 3, and 4. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. Stretch the leg or keep it bent. Bring your hands behind the thigh with your shoulders down on the floor. You can start pointing, flexing, drawing circles at your ankle. Then bend the right knee and hug it to your chest with your hands over the shin, clasping. Keeping your shoulders nicely on the ground. Pressing the thigh to the chest. The left foot is flexed. Hold back on the ground. Staying here for a moment. Keep breathing. As you inhale, you can bring your left hand on your left hip to kind of keep it towards the floor, and the right knee opens. So keeping your right knee, it may not go all the way down. If you want to bring your foot on the ground, you can. So now it depends how flexible your hips are, how open they are. So it's about your leg rotation, and it's the way you're born or you acquire it through life. So for people who have those internally rotated legs, this may be a little bit more difficult. For the people with externally rotated legs, they may bring the knee all the way down to the floor or flexible hips. Staying here for a moment, and then we're going to move that right knee over to the left side of the body, stretching the right arm, turning your head to the right. Left foot is on the right knee, but we are not pressing it. Just directing it towards the floor. We don't press, don't push, don't force. So see where your shoulders are. Are they on the ground? Don't press, allow to breathe. Breathe into your hip. Breathe into your hip, into your lower back. And notice how your back relaxes with every breath. Every breath, relaxing a little bit deeper and deeper. Staying here for a moment. And then inhale, come back to the center. You may keep the leg bent, the knee bent, or stretched, as we are going to move the right leg up and down now. So inhaling, left leg up and down now. So inhaling, lift the left leg up, 2, 3, 4, and exhale down, 2, 3, 4. Both feet are flexed. Inhaling up, 2, 3, and 4. Exhale down, 2, 3, and 4. Inhale up, 2, 3, and 4. Exhale down, 2, 3, 4. One more time. Inhale up, 2, 3, 4. Bring your hands behind your thigh, and the right leg is either bent, see what works better, or if you can stretch it and keep the left leg up, hold it there. Shoulders are on the floor, both hips on the ground, pointing, flexing, drawing circles at the ankle. And then bend the knee, and using your left hand, support that knee. Foot can be up or down on the floor. The right leg is stretched and flexed. Your right hand can come on your hip, opening nicely the pelvis. Keep breathing. And then inhale, bring the knee to the center. The knee goes to the right side of the body, stretching the left arm. And the right hand is on top of the left knee, directing it towards the floor, but without pushing, without forcing, trying to keep both arms on the floor, and breathe into the stretch. So you'll feel a stretch in your hips, in your buttocks. With every breath, the knee comes a little bit closer to the floor. It may touch, may not. It's a very deep twist. As predicted, my neighbor's dogs are barking. That's okay, probably my dog will join them soon. You come back to the center. You release. Hug your knees, both knees to your chest. And And we're going to do lying pigeon. So with your both knees bent, bring your right ankle on the top of the left thigh. And then bring your right arm, right hand in between the thighs and behind either the thigh, or if your arms are long enough, over the shin. Again, notice the stretch in your hip. The hands are either on the back of the thigh of your left leg or over the left shin. Shoulders on the ground. And notice what happens when you move your legs a little bit to the left, where the stretch increases, and to the right. Noticing how the stretch plays. Keeping both shoulders on the floor if that's possible. And release. Letting go, moving to the other side. So this time, right knee is bent, left ankle goes on the top of the left thigh. And again, you can lift your foot, right foot goes up, and you bring your hands behind the thigh. So the left hand goes between the thighs, and clasping your fingers behind the right thigh, or if your arms allow, over the right shin. So see what works better for you. And you can move from side to side, rolling very gently your hips. Very gently rolling your hips. And noticing how your body is responding to this movement. Breathing through your nose, in and out. And then letting go of this posture. What do I have here? Patsu. Then bring your hands, arms along the body. And quickly lift your hips up. Just for a little bit of a bridge. Pressing your hands, maybe clasping your fingers if your body allows, pressing the hands to the floor, lifting your hips nicely up. And release. Hug your knees to your chest. And release. Now you can either keep your knees stuck against each other as they are bent, or you can allow the legs to sides, feet to sides, arms slightly away from the body, palms facing up, legs are in the shape of letter V. Just taking a few breaths here. Breathing in and out through your nose, relaxing the legs, relaxing the arms, relaxing chest, abdomen, back, relaxing your face. And just staying here for a moment, breathing in and out and enjoying that wave of relaxation that comes after with every breath. So every breath brings energy, but also relaxes. And you may stay here for as long as you want, as long as it feels comfortable and relaxing. Or you can bring your feet together and stretch your arms over the head. Give yourself a good, nice stretch. And bring your knees towards the chest. Roll from side to side. Roll all the way to one side. Stay in the fetal position for a moment. And then pressing through your hand. Come up to honor your practice. Sitting in a comfortable position, cross-legged if you can. Breathe nicely. Bring your hands in front of the heart, bowing your head to your inner teacher, to your body's wisdom, honoring your practice. The light in me honors the same light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing together. Again, this class is part of the 30-day challenge, 30 minutes of yoga for St. Jude's in July. There is a link under this video where you can donate directly to St. Jude's. And if you like this video, you can give it a like and write something in the comments. You can also subscribe to the channel and press the bell to be notified about new videos that I will upload throughout the challenge. Thank you so much.